Let's find a comfortable seat. Use a blanket, a pillow, whatever you need. Long spine, resting knees. Belly gently coming in. See if you have this tendency to lift your chin and fall forward. Rooting down from your tailbone, your sits bones. This natural curve in your spine. Shoulders over your hips, that you do not lean forward, as we do so often, pushing into life, making things happening, or wanting that things happening, letting yourself leaning back a tiny bit and receiving life, receiving your energy, receiving your breath. Doesn't matter. There's one more joining. Maybe Ilse is coming. There's enough space. Good morning, Ilse. Just come. Take your space. Maybe here in the center. Morning, Peter. So letting yourself be open, receiving, welcoming. Feeling this tendency of closing down. We think we need to protect ourselves, defending ourselves. Specifically, when there are things going on we don't know, we can't box it in, we can't understand. We don't know where the life, where the world will unfold. Being afraid, being angry, frustrated, having this tendency, closing, letting yourself just for now, taking a big breath, and just for now sinking in this space of stillness. Letting this weight upon your shoulders, in your mind, in your head, of trying to find solutions, answers, letting it rest for a moment. Life will unfold in a way unexpected, unprepared. We can find our orientation. We can point in a direction we would like to walk towards. And it unfolds in the way it's meant to unfold. Letting yourself leaning back, resting in yourself, in your being, connecting with your energy. Nothing else needed. Being aware of the sounds around you. Maybe there are sounds of daily life, and your mind tells you annoying. Maybe there are sounds from nature, birds singing, wind. Receiving it all. It is all part what we call life. And connecting to this stillness, to this open, vast space you are, where all of this can appear and disappear. We are focusing so much on the dots when we look in the night sky, seeing the stars. We're focusing on this mind telling us this and that and that. On these sensations appearing. Maybe from sitting you already feel a bit more intense sensation. Connecting to the space between of all what is happening. There is this ever-present space. You can call it peace, harmony. You can call it nothingness. As we don't know and mind is afraid, we call it darkness or depression. So let yourself sink into this open, vast, beautiful space where all appears and disappears. Your breath steady, your mind focused, your heart open. And for today's pranayama, let's take the alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Sottanam, making a fist with your right hand, leaving your thumb and your index finger free. Your thumb on your right side of your nose outside and your pinky finger on the left side of your nose. Closing up your right side, inhaling with your left side. Closing both of your sides, holding your breath in. Opening right side, exhale. Pause for a moment. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding, closing both of your sides. Holding, opening left side, exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, close 3, 2, 1. Opening right side, exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding. Left side, exhale. Pause. Inhaling 2. Close both sides, holding. Right side, exhale. Pause. Inhaling. Closing. Left side, exhale. Pause. Inhaling. Closing. Right side, exhale. Pause. Inhaling. Closing, holding. Left side, exhale. Releasing your right hand. Take a couple of breaths with both nostrils, being aware of your sensations. Let's focus this whole class in this space of where all it's happening. There is this ever presence where all appears and disappears. Bring your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Start with your movements. Exhaling, bring your arms back on your side, feeling this space, feeling this soft touch. Inhaling your arms. Shoulders staying down. Exhaling, releasing your arm. Can you feel yourself moving in this open space? Inhaling, receiving your breath, receiving this life. One more time, inhaling. Stay with your arms, interlacing your fingers, pressing your hands into each other while your index finger pointing towards the ceiling, releasing your shoulders, lengthening your spine. Stay with your breath, shoulders releasing. Seat rooting down. Feeling this tickling in your muscles. Maybe it starts to be heavy in your shoulders. Can you include all of this? Breathing steady, strong. Release tension while you're holding back. Exhaling, opening your arms. Bring your hands under your knees, closing your knees. Plant your feet onto the floor. Push all away what you're sitting on. Release your knees. Tension from sitting, remembering we practice yoga to prepare our body to find a comfortable seat, to sit forever in stillness. Let your knees floating to your right side. Come on the out edge of your right hip. Walk your hands into your back, hands pressing into the floor, lengthening your spine. Knees staying on your side. Gentle warming up, twisting. Lengthening your spine. Come down onto your elbows. Heart between your hands. Knees staying on your side. Warming up in your twists, belly towards the floor. Please stay here where you are. For some people, have a bit more openness, flexible tissues with your left arm. You needle your left arm under your right. Bring your left shoulder towards the floor. It is a full twisting. Breathe. Taking two more really big in and exhaling. Filling your body from your tips of your toes to the top of your head. softening with your exhaling. Sensations, gross ones, tender ones, subtle ones. With your next inhaling, bringing some pressure on your elbows, walking yourself back into your neutral, knees pointing towards the ceiling, and you let your knees flow left side, left hip, hands walking into your back. So you're creating a 90-degree angle from your knees pointing, your hands pressing into the floor, lengthening your spine. You want to have a long spine, never twist with a dense spine. So you want to find your maximum coming down onto your elbows, and your belly button want to come towards the floor, your heart between your elbows. Please stay here when this is good enough. Or you needle your right arm under your left elbow. Bring your right shoulder towards the floor. Depth in your breath. Softness in your tissue. Right, this is it. You can create a bit of a weight from your feet. And realizing with your breath, you can massage yourself internally into relaxation. So your muscles get softer, more open. Taking 2 more big breaths. One more. With your exhaling, softening in. And with your next inhaling, coming back in your neutral position, your feet, your knees pointing towards the ceiling and opening your knees, your feet, heels, length of your arms apart, so your fingertips meeting your heels, releasing your arms, rolling back your shoulders, find length. Stay open with your hips, bringing your arms behind your shoulders, so under your shoulders, sorry, your fingers pointing towards the ceiling, pressing your hands into the floor, rolling back your shoulders, gaze from your chest, from your belly towards the ceiling, and maybe you stay here or you're pressing your hands, pressing the edge of your feet into the floor and lifting your seat. Press your knees floating towards the side, your whole front side is opening. This part of receiving, exhaling, coming back down onto the floor, come back in your neutral position, reaching forward from your arms, folding forward, gripping with your hands, your toes, lengthening your spine, shoulders releasing. Full breath. Inhaling, gazing forward from your heart, come back in your sitting, your arms between your knees. So you're gripping your calf muscles from your arms, lifting your legs, big toes touching, rolling back your shoulders, stay in your lotus flower, closing your eyes and feeling yourself. Feeling this beautiful flower you are, growing out of mud of darkness, reaching towards light, supported by space, nourished by breath, and held in stillness, in silence. Stay with your seat where you are on your balancing on your sits bones, releasing your arms, closing your knees, bring your knees in line with your feet, close to your chest, rolling back your shoulders, lengthening your legs, pointing with your balls of your feet. You can support you with your hands, or you're releasing, floating in your boat. Stay with your left leg, releasing your right, hover it 2-3 centimeters over the floor. Inhaling, joining your left, exhaling, releasing your left. Breathe, smiling in your heart, smiling in your belly. Inhaling, lifting, hugging your knees towards your chest, creating this sweet cosmic egg floating in space. One more time, hands under your knees, thighs close to your knees, rolling back your shoulders, making sure your neck is really nice and long. You do not want to bring your shoulders towards your ears, your feet in line with your knees. Good pose, you stay here. Or you're lengthening your legs, pointing balls of your feet. Do you compensate, falling into your lower back? Breathe. Releasing your arms. Breath. Lift yourself out a tiny bit more. Breathe. Smiling in your heart, breathing deeper, lowering down your left leg or your right, doesn't matter. Breathe. Exhaling, one more breath. Inhaling, joining both. Exhaling, the other one. Breathe. Come on, do not give up. You always can support yourself. Breathe. Leslie, you're holding one and releasing the other one. Inhaling, joining both, hugging your knees towards your chest. Balancing breath. Plant your feet onto the floor, hugging with your left arm, both of your knees lengthening, your right. Exhaling, twisting one more time. Breathe, pressing your feet into the floor, lengthening your spine. Both. You want to close both of your knees. Inhaling, coming back in your neutral. Leslie, hugging your knees. So you don't need to bring your arm inside. You want to hug both of your knees. So both of your knees stay together, both of your feet onto the floor, lengthening first. And then you want to twisting towards the up. This is it, holding your knees together. This helps you to twist lower. We can twist higher, and you want to twist lower down, that your whole spine is warming up, twisting up. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, swinging your knees under you, find your tabletop, hands under your shoulders, knees, hip width apart, taking a couple of cat-cow breathing. So you're rounding your spine and you're lifting your spine. Inhaling from your tailbone, this whole length of your spine. You want to warming up, bringing some awareness between your vertebrae, shoulders rounding back and down. And please always remember, you're supporting your wrists when you want to practice longer and you have tender wrists, while you're spreading your finger even wider, like this frog hands, like a frog. Everyone knows a frog. They have this beautiful open pores and they can press into the floor. Index finger and thumb. Inhaling, gazing forward, curl your toes downward, facing dog, patting your feet. Where are your fingers? Breathe. When you start practicing or you're still very young, you will not feel it. When you're growing older, you feel all these tiny little things. You are not aligning. So protect yourself when you are young, so you're growing strong and you do not hurt yourself. From here, you're pressing your heels away and let your spine unfolding, vertebra for vertebra, like a nice long snake, come in your hip length. Heart between your hands, opening your shoulders, lowering down, belly button, pubic bone, opening up, stretching out your whole front side from your toes. Inhaling with your exhaling, you're opening your mouth with the big sigh, come in your down dog. So you're inhaling. Activating your heels, unrolling your body, really vertebra for vertebra, giving yourself a moment to really feel every little corner come in your hip length. Stay pushing with your heels, lowering down belly button, pubic bone, pull in, softening in your elbows, rolling back your shoulders. Exhaling with a big sigh. Inhaling one more time. When you're activating these heels, they are pushing, so you can really find this nice long spine. With your exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling, high plank. Exhaling, release your knees, pulling your hands towards your heart. Chin, chest meeting the floor, sneaking forward in your mini cobra. Big toes touching. Arms walking towards the side, fingertips pressing into the floor. Inhaling, lifting your heart. Exhaling, coming back down. Inhaling, lifting your heart. Rolling back your shoulders. Exhaling, coming back down. Can you feel every little vertebra? Inhaling. Exhaling. Two more times. Inhaling. Exhaling, coming back down. Your last time. Inhaling. Stay. Breathe. Closing your eyes. Exhaling, coming back down, reaching around from your hands, grasping your fingers, big toes touching, 10 toes pressing into the floor, lifting your chest. Pushing with your hands towards your left side, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhaling back in your neutral, pushing your hands to your right side, gaze left. Inhaling back in your neutral, stay with your hands, lifting your thighs, pressing your belly button, pubic bone into the floor. Breathe. Exhaling, hands under your shoulders, curl your toes, pushing, lengthening, flow into your child pose while your toes stay curled under. Lengthening your spine. Slide your hands under your shoulders, gaze between your arms, lift your seat downward, facing dog, step your feet together, your right leg towards the ceiling, exhaling, step your right foot between your hands, long runners lunge, bending your front knee, gazing forward, exhaling, both legs, wanna lengthening your right hip, pushing back, lengthening both legs, using a block, using some books when you need under your hands. So when you have a block, you can reach, finding your block, and you bring your hands. So it have a bit of length in your arms while you're inhaling, bending your knee, exhaling, both legs, inhaling. Do you activate your back heel? Exhaling, lengthening. Inhaling, bending. Exhaling, inhaling, bending. And you want to activate this back heel, connecting with your chest, with your sternum. So you find this maximum openness and the softness in your muscles. Last time you're lengthening, releasing your neck. Walking your hands towards your back toes, the back side of your hands coming towards the floor. Inhaling, hands back under your shoulders, step your right foot back, downward facing dog, inhaling in your high plank, exhaling, knees stay with your toes, elbows glued to your body, softening down, inhaling, pushing your toes, lifting your heart, elbows glued to your body, lifting your thighs, lifting your hands. Exhaling, toes, heart lifting, push yourself back downward, facing dog, taking a big inhaling with the thigh, exhaling. Inhaling, and with the thigh, exhaling. Step your feet together, your left leg towards the ceiling, inhaling, exhale, step your left foot between your hands, long runners lunge, using your blocks when you need. Or maybe you have some books at home or a pot from the kitchen, inhaling, pushing your heel, opening your chest. And from here, you're pushing your hip back, pressing your foot into the floor, lengthening your legs. Inhaling, rolling back shoulders, bending your front knee. Exhaling, pushing this hip while your front foot pressing into the floor, folding forward. Inhaling, bending 3 more times. Bending your knee, inhaling. Find your maximum length. Inhaling 1 more time, bending. Exhaling, legs. Breathe. Breath. Maybe your hands can walk towards your back toes, and the back side of your hands want to come towards the floor. Release your neck. Breath. Gaze towards your belly button. Inhaling, bending your front knee, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Inhaling, high plank, exhaling, releasing your knees, stay with your toes. Chin, chest, meeting the floor. Stay here for a moment, softening in your chest. Your seat pushing up. Your chest reaching down, supporting this natural curve of your spine. Your belly stays in, pushing with your toes, lifting your heart, reaching back from your arms towards your toes, lifting your thighs. Exhaling, releasing your hands under your shoulders, lift your seat downward, facing dog, bend your knees, gaze between your hands, walking your feet forward between your hands, hip widths apart, coming halfway, lengthening your legs, your spine, gaze between your arms. Maybe your hands come onto your knees or shin bones, or your fingers stay on the floor, folding forward with your exhaling, Uttanasana, softening in your knees and letting your arms like seaweed floating from one side and the other side. So initiate it from deep down in your feet, sliding your arms. Neck growing long, soft in your hips, in your spine, deeply rooted from your soles of your feet. Flow back in your neutral with one breath in your standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Close your eyes. Breath. Do you still connect to this ever-present silence, stillness, space, peace, harmony? Or do you get distracted from this constant noise our mind creating, complaining, judging? Connect with this peace in yourself. Letting yourself be touched by yourself. Taking an inhale and letting with your exhaling your sounding while you're setting an intention for today's practice. Inhaling. Releasing your arms, Tadasana, like a mountain, staying strong. Releasing tension in your arms, softening in your knees, opening your eyes. With both arms, you want to create a circle towards your left side. So you're circling your arms towards your left side, circling upwards and circling them towards your right side, releasing your shoulders, your chest. And from here, softening your knees, you're circling your arms towards your right side, making a really nice big circle, coming back into your center. And with your inhaling, getting a bit more dynamic, exhaling, inhaling, feet pressing into the floor, exhaling 2 more times, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, last round, inhaling, exhaling, exhaling, inhaling, both arms in your center, exhaling, folding forward, Uttanasana, right foot stepping back, long Manas Lunge, releasing your knee, releasing your toes, crescent moon lunge, arms, inhaling, and from here you're releasing your arms, Stay in your crescent moon lunge from your legs, lifting your arms in your back. Inhaling. Gaze towards the ceiling. Exhaling, releasing your arms. Inhaling, gaze towards your ceiling, and you want to taking a nice little circle. You bring your arms towards your right, circling forward, bring it up. Inhaling, exhaling towards your right, circling forward, bring it up. And you want to circling towards your left, forward, bring it up. Exhaling towards your left, reaching forward, and bring both arms up. Exhaling, I know it's a playfulness in your balance, planting your hands, stepping back, downward, facing dog. Please feel free, stay in your down dog, always available, your child pose, or you're taking a vinyasa of your choice. Inhaling in your high plank, you can take Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, or knees, chin, chest. Please find your own style. Breathe. Pressing your fingers, rolling back your shoulders, releasing your heels. Breathe. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, walking, hopping, stepping forward, halfway, so your fingers stay onto the floor, or you come shin bone, knees, folding forward, softening in your knees, seaweed, arms floating from one side to the other side, liberating tension in your chest. Back in your neutral, one breath in your standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Tadasana, arms on your side, softening your knees, floating up with your arms. And from here, you want to taking a few more circles. So you're softening in your shoulders, you're softening in your chest while you're coming forward. And with your inhaling, taking a full circle. And then you're changing direction. Inhaling. Exhaling. Can you find your feet rooted? And all the rest of your body is softened, supported in space. Exhaling. One more round. And your last round. Exhaling. Your arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head in your standing. Exhaling, folding forward. Step your left foot back, long runner's lunge, release your knee, release your toes, crescent moon lunge, inhaling. Exhaling, bring your arms down, palms of your hand facing up. Inhaling, making sure you do not bring your weight on your knee. You wanna opening up in your inner groins. Exhale. One more time. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then you want to start circling. Inhaling. Take one side. It doesn't matter how you start. You're reaching forward and then you change direction. One more time. Nice. Exhaling, beautiful. And you plant your hands onto the floor, stepping back in your downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog. Take a vinyasa of your choice. When you want to train Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank, softening your knees, Bending your elbows, holding your chest, squeeze your elbows in your ribs, pushing with your toes, rolling back your shoulders, 10 toes pressing into the floor, lifting your thighs, and rolling over your toes, downward facing dog. Stay here for a moment. Breathe, softening your breath. 10 fingers pressing flat into the floor, releasing your shoulders. Breathe. Samira, bending your knees slightly and pushing your seat up. Bend your knees, yes. Breathe. A longer spine is more important. Breathe. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Inhaling, coming halfway. Fold forward. Uttanasana, one breath standing. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest with your eyes closed. Stay here for 1 moment. Release your arms, sweep your arms over your head. Exhale, folding forward. Bend your knees, gazing forward, floating back, or we meet in downward facing dog. So take a vinyasa of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay. Breathe. Step your feet together, your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. First warrior, left foot opening, 60-degree front knee bending, lifting your arms. Hip facing front, bending your front knee, shoulders. Breathe, inhaling your arms. Exhaling, releasing your arms, opening your chest. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling, releasing your arms, interlacing your fingers in your back, opening your chest. You can stay here, or you're lengthening both of your legs, hips facing forward, folding forward, arms flowing over your head, both legs nice and long. Hips square, release your neck. Breath, releasing your neck. Breath. Trust, releasing your neck. Breath. Breath. One more big inhaling. And with your exhaling, coming back, bending your front knee, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, back in your first warrior, reaching forward from your heart, flow in your third warrior, hips square, shoulders square, reaching forward from your heart. Breathe. And from here, you're softening gently in your right knee. You want to folding yourself in. Your knee comes towards your chest, rounding yourself. And you're pushing your leg, bringing your arms back, floating back in your third warrior. One more time, folding yourself in as if you can make yourself very, very small. And you're reaching back from your leg, bending your front knee, stepping back, long runner's lunge, hands under your shoulders, step back in your downward facing dog, stay down dog, child pose. If you would like, you can challenge yourself, lifting your right leg, come into your three-legged plank, exhaling, lowering down, release your foot, heart opening, exhaling in your downward facing dog. People in child pose, please join us in downward facing dog. Neck growing long. Breath. Breath. Step your feet together, your left leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, 60 degrees opening. First warrior, inhaling, hips facing front, stretch in your calf muscles. So please bring your hip front. When you need, you open your foot a tiny bit more, that your shoulders, your hips facing front, your front knee is bent. Stay with your knee bent, releasing your arms, softening this tension. Inhaling. Arms, seaweed, breathe. Supported by space. Exhaling one more time. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, releasing, interlacing your fingers, swapping this interlace. So your other finger comes in front, stay bending your knees while you're opening your chest, and then you're pulling your front foot into your hip, lengthening both of your legs, folding, arm over your head. Release your neck. Softening your neck. Depths in your breath. 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 One more big inhaling. Inhaling, coming back in your standing, bending your front knee, arms floating. Exhaling, reaching forward from your chest, lifting your back leg, flow in your third warrior. Breathe, stay here. And then you want to soften your front knee, folding in, making yourself very nice and small. And with your next inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, folding in, making yourself nice and small, rounding your spine. And from your chest, from your foot, you're pushing back. So you really want to unfolding, lengthening. One more time. And in. Step your back foot back, long runner's lunge, gazing forward, downward, facing dog. Please choose down dog, child pose, challenge yourself. Inhaling your left leg, three-legged plank, slowing down, release your foot, lift your heart, downward, facing dog. Breathe. Breathe. Breath. Stay in your downward facing dog. Breath. Gaze between your hands. Let yourself walking your feet a tiny bit closer towards your wrist. You want to jumping up 3 times in your handstand. It doesn't matter when you can't come up. It's more about finding your balance on your hands, heart between your hands, and you want to jump up 3 times with your right, 3 times is your left. Breathe. One more time. Breathe. And when you are ready, you come in your child pose, taking as many as you like. Breathe, come in your child pose. Bring your arms around, forehead touches the floor, soft. Integrating, breathe. Releasing your hands back under your shoulders, gazing forward, lift your seat downward, facing the breath, stretching out your muscles. Breath. Gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Inhaling halfway, fold forward. Uttanasana, one breath. Standing, exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Utkatasana, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, bending your knees, sliding your arms along your legs. Stay bending your knees. Charlotte, stay bending your knees. When you're coming up, you want to bending your knees, your arms making a nice circle. You're pressing your feet. You stay bending your knees. Breathe. Breath, rounding back your shoulders. Breath. Folding forward. Uttanasana. Breath. Bend your knees, lift your heels, coming down your seat, meeting your heels, lengthening your spine. Breath. Hands on your knees, palms of your hands facing up, index finger and thumb. Breath. We want to try an arm balance, and I would like to try the side crow as we've been opening, strengthening, and a tiny bit of a twisting. So from here, you're hopping your knees and your feet towards your left side, that your right thigh comes on front, in front of your top of your mat. You're turning your torso, so you bring both of your hands in front of you. Everyone should be able to do this, and it's completely fine to hang out here. When you want to go further, your right elbow comes under your right hip, planting your hand, fingers spreading. Left elbow under your right knee, spreading your fingers. You need to lift yourself up a tiny bit, that your bone, your hip bone, comes on your elbow, reaching forward from your heart. Do not look between your hands. Gazing forward, and eventually you can lifting your feet. People used to the practice, you can stretching out your right leg towards the side. So you want to scissoring your legs and you come into your flying breeze. People used to the practice, you closing your legs, jumping back, I don't have enough space, and you flow in a vinyasa. Breathe. You need to breathe, and you need to open your chest. This is it, Tim, and from your belly, you're jumping back. Breathe. You're exhaling, you're jumping back. You have the strength in your belly. You let your chest opening while you're jumping back. Try it. Breathe. Let's take this side, and people, please do not give up. Even you can't do, you come back in your center, and then you're swinging your knees to the other side. So we've been swinging to left, now we want to swing to right side. Hands in front of you. This is, everyone can do this, and you can stay here. This is a beautiful massage for your organs. Elbow under your knee, left elbow under your hip. You lift yourself up, that you come on your bone. Please gaze forward. You will fall when you gaze between your hands. Breathe. Breath. Regine, du musst deinen Ellbogen unter deine Hüfte bringen. Und bring die Knie ein bisschen mehr noch zur Seite. Bring die Knie noch ein bisschen, das ist es. Und den Ellbogen unter deine Hüfte. Und schau nach vorne von deinem Brustkorb. Trau dich. Breathe. Use your elbow. Use your elbow. This is it. And Pedro, you can scissor your legs. Lower leg towards the side, upper leg, gaze forward from your sternum. Sternum. This is it. Beautiful. And let's come sitting down onto the floor, lengthening your leg wherever you are, pushing with your hands, your flesh towards the side, your hands next to your hips, lengthening, rolling back your shoulders. Please remember, always you can bending your knees. When you're sitting here, curved like this, arms inhaling, folding forward in your exhaling, releasing your neck. Please stay with your knees bent when you need. You can sitting here, folding forward. You don't need to lengthen your legs to compensate. Breathe, shoulders rolling back. We are slowing down and you stay aware with your breath, nourishing yourself. Paschimottanasana, nourishing your nervous system, balancing these two parts, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Inhaling, gazing forward, exhale, come in, you're sitting, bending your right knee and plant your right foot 2-3 centimeters on the outside of your sits bones. So normally we bend and the heel comes in and you want to bring your foot a tiny bit towards the side, your foot facing front, shoulders coming in. Reaching forward from both of your arms. So making sure your knee stays pointing towards the ceiling. Ilse, open your foot a tiny bit more towards the side. Now your foot, step your foot a bit. Yeah. So you really want to bring both of your shoulders in. Your right arm reaches around, hugging your right knee. Maybe you can finding a bind with your fingers. Turning your torso facing front, inhaling, exhaling, folding forward, breathe. Space in your chest. We've been creating more space in chest, rib cage, shoulders. Inhaling, coming back. In your sitting, releasing your right knee, bend your left knee. You really want to bring your foot a tiny bit more towards your left side. Both shoulders coming in, your right leg in line. You can help yourself, really massaging yourself forward, reaching forward. Maybe you need to stay here, or you can try finding a bind. Maybe you need to grab your trousers, your t-shirt, or you have a belt around. Inhaling, lengthening, folding forward with your exhale. Breathe. No. All good. Let me do. A lot of workout, girl. Getting muscles tighter. This is it. Look at this. Breathe. One more big inhale. Exhaling slowly, coming back in your sitting, lengthening both of your legs. You want to balancing in one more Paschimottanasana, folding forward, releasing forward. Inhaling, coming back in your sitting, making sure you are on the first 3/4 of your mat, so you can massaging forward, both legs long, reaching forward from your arms, pushing with your balls of your feet, flowing back with your exhaling, coming back in your sitting. Exhaling, flowing back first, finding your sacrum, then your lower back. Inhaling back in your sitting. Exhaling, sacrum, lumbar zone, the first vertebrae in your chest. Inhaling, coming back in your sitting. Exhaling, every little vertebra you want to meet until you find your tips of your shoulder blades. Inhaling, coming back in your sitting. Exhaling, you're rolling back. Shoulder blades, your arms, your shoulders, arms floating over your head. First, start with your hands, with your fingers reaching forward. And here, you do not want to pull. You're reaching forward, activating your balls of your feet while you're lifting yourself up. Arms over your head, folding forward. Inhaling, sitting, holding back, arms over your head. Really try to work with reaching. So first your fingers, then the tips of your nose. You're lifting yourself up, inhaling. And what helps? You pushing with your balls of your feet, folding forward. Your last time, you want to give it one more go to find this beautiful harmony. Balls of your feet, fingers, tips of your nose, reaching from your heart, reaching high, folding forward. And well deserved, you're coming down in your Savasana, taking a few little adjustments. So maybe your arms over your head, bending your knees, making yourself very nice and small. Squeeze, plant your feet onto the floor, maybe a very gentle bridge. Inhaling, lifting your hips, arms over your head. Exhaling, arms back onto your side of your body, lengthening your legs. Savasana, corpse pose, meditation, relaxation, integration. Making your last few adjustments. Maybe you need to get a jumper, socks, a blanket. Being aware, a few little more adjustments, and then you want to flow in silence, absence of outer movement. Even there is an impulse, you want to move, maybe you can hold it in, giving your whole system time to integrate. Like we started in silence, in sitting. Connect to your silence. Awareness, awake. Muscles softening. Connecting to this inner movement, held by space. Held in silence. Your natural breath guiding you deeper into relaxation, integration. Do you hold back in any corner of your physical body? Letting it softening your fingers, your toes, your arms, your neck, your face. Settle in the here and now. Reach down into the center where the world is not spinning and drink this holy peace. Feel relief flood into every cell. Nothing to do. Nothing to be but what you are already. Nothing to receive but what flows effortlessly from the mystery into form. Nothing to run from or run towards, just this breath. Awareness knowing itself as embodiment, just this breath. Awareness waking up to truth. Danna Faults. And gently and slowly reconnecting with your breath. Reconnecting with your sensations. Breath growing fuller, growing stronger. And naturally and spontaneously, your body finds its outer movements again, like playing with your fingers, with your toes. Maybe it moves into a stretching, into a touching. And when you feel ready, you can folding in your knees towards your chest and flow to your right side. Stay there for a moment. With your left hand in front of your chest, press yourself up, find a comfortable seat. Hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest, close your eyes. And feeling this inner peace, this inner harmony, even it's stormy and loud and noisy outside in your mind, in your sensations. Is this ever-present space holding you in its arms? To finish and seal this practice, let's take one deep, long sounding Thank you everyone for practicing yoga with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.